early in the second half, and it was pretty much one-way traffic. Sam Powell was rightly cited for a crusher and will get 6 weeks plus. The Sam Powell one, it's slightly different in nature, but the worst crusher tackle I've seen since the Brett Ferris one all over Gildart, where Gildart was out for like 2 or 3 months with vertebrae issues. Luckily, young Benison didn't get any injury. It's similar to the Connor Wynn one the other week. It's very good and fortunate that he didn't, because it was such a bad tackle. I think that'll play a part maybe in the decision making, and I think Powell will get 6 games, which is the same as what Ferris got.
Okay, yep.
But if he got 8, I wouldn't argue with it at all. It was bad. Right. First of all, Hurrell's try wasn't a try because, as far as I'm aware, what the rules say, Sarah, is when a player loses control of the ball, they have to regain control of the ball before they put it down. They can't just put it down then with downward pressure. So the fact that he lost the ball, it came away from his arm, he can't then just plant it down with his arm. It's not like a kick where you can just put your hand on it and it be downward pressure and that's fine. You have to actually regather it, which he clearly didn't do. It was hard to see live what was going on, because it was all the important action was right where the strap was with the score and the clock on the Sky screen.
Yeah, they need to adjust that.
Just take the clock off when you're doing a video ref decision.
We had that with one of the ones on Monday. It's like, and he's dived, and who knows where the ball is.
Exactly, yeah. Well, to be honest, we could keep watching that Manu Mao one and not know if he got the ball down, but yeah. So
it wasn't that one, but yes.
But that's what I think. That's what I think the rule is. So that's what happened. It was applied correctly, in my view. And the other video referee decision, the ball clearly hit J Field before it was regathered by Batchelor. So stop crying about that. But the point of it all is Saints were better than Wigan, and we knew that already, and they showed it. They're better in all departments. They were better at scoring try. They were better when they made chances down their edges. They finished them off, whereas Abasmiski was too slow and couldn't actually finish them off. But Makinson was spot on and finished them off. They were better at getting away with stuff because they had a clear ball steal that wasn't even thought of as could possibly have been a ball steal by the referee. Their crusher tackle, they didn't even get a penalty or a card for it during the game, but ours was so blatant and stupid that he had to get sent off the pitch, and he's going to get a bigger ban for it because it was more stupid than theirs, because they're better at doing it better.
Yes. Or you could argue on that one account, Wigan were better at doing it.
Well, that's if you're a Saints fan and you think that Wigan are trained to do that, because Wigan are trained to get fucking 6 to 8 match bans. Yeah, well, that's fucking stupid. That's how we've won so many trophies in the last 12 years. Nonsense. But yeah.
That's because Wigan have got away with it for a lot of years.
Well, to be fair, we have got away with stuff. Just when we were the best team, we did get away with some stuff more than other teams would have done. Just like Leeds will have done when they were the better team, just like Saints are doing right now. It does genuinely influence referees. When a team is that much better than everyone else, you do start to think, well, they've probably not done something wrong then, have they?
Yeah.
Anyway, and they were better. Wigan, though, were the equal, maybe even slightly better than Saints for the opening 25 to 30 minutes. But we've seen this before, haven't we, from Saints? And when the opposition team's level drops a little bit, what Saints do is they just keep their levels up. They maintain their levels. And when Walmsley and Lees were able to do slightly longer stints than the Wigan forwards, that sort of 25 to 30 minute period set the platform for the rest of the game, really. Walmsley got a 6 again after a good run. After looking absolutely knackered, he then made a 15-metre run, got a 6 again, and then Saints scored pretty much off that set. And similar stuff was done at rucks by both teams, but Saints were just craftier. They get away with it better. They're very good, and it means they win the energy battle as well. And at that point in the game, they were winning it. I don't know. I know you're sort of headed off for a weekend away after your game, so I don't know how much you saw of our game, but about half an hour in, right, Saints were starting to get on top. They'd scored, they were winning the energy battle, Walmsley had just gone off, Wigan had just won a penalty though, for a differential penalty for being offside at the scrum actually, it was. Percival was offside, what a shock. And Wigan kicked a touch, first play, threw a silly pass, got pushed into touch, lost possession, Saints picked it up, rolled up the field, and eventually scored the second try pretty much from it. And then that was it then. Wigan never got back in, and just Saints were better, and Wigan coughed up possession on the first tackle a couple of times then after that. I mean, Wigan should have had tries on the first set of both halves. What Wigan showed is Saints can be broken, their line can be broken. It's just Jake Bibby, terrible execution on the first one, and the referee missing the ball strip for the one that would have been the second, in the one at the start of the second half. But you know, Saints got away with a ball steal because they're better in every way, including that way. Makinson was excellent, Sarah. He was really good.
His stats are phenomenal, aren't they?
They are, but his performance was really good as well. One thing Wigan had to do is stop Makinson and Percival on tackles 1 and 2, and then stop Walmsley on tackles sort of 3, 4, whatever.
Yeah.
For 20 minutes, they stopped Walmsley, and then he killed him. Makinson, they never really got a handle on, to be honest, in this game. He was really good. Hurrell, he had a pretty strong game, other than, you know, he coughed up a chance that he should have been scoring. But he was really strong too. And the rest of Saints players were all good. They were all 7 out of 10 or better. Wigan, I don't think Wigan had too many players that were below 7 out of 10. Maybe Abbas Miski and Jake Bibby, maybe they showed they weren't fast enough or skillful enough consistently at this level. But, you know, they weren't. It was more bad moments in the game for Wigan than bad performances, but Saints were just better.
Yeah.
Conrad Hurrell got a grade B dangerous contact charge for his crusher. He's got a 2-match penalty notice. He does seem to be getting a few bans, doesn't he, at Saints this year? The real crap news out of this game, though, Sarah, was the Lewis Dodd injury. So
yes.
He's out for the season with an Achilles injury, and I had no recollection of this happening in the game. I know Luluai went off with a knee injury, which didn't help Wigan's cause, but I didn't notice him. And Knowles went off with a HIA in the first 15 minutes. That wasn't ideal either. But I didn't notice anything with Dodd. But I've seen a replay of what they say was the incident, and it was just a normal sort of step. He just sort of hopped just before the line to like kind of set himself to be able to go both ways, kind of thing, off either foot, and then it's obviously ruptured then, which is it's horrible for a player who was gonna be threatening England contention the way he was going. Yeah,
it's a real shame. And there's so many horrible injuries in a seemingly innocuous ways at the moment, aren't there?
That's it. When Benison isn't injured from that awful tackle by Sam Powell, but we'll lose the ability to watch Lewis Dodd. The most exciting thing about this St. Helens side this year, for just hopping. It's awful.
Exactly. Yeah. And you know, Connor Wynn, no injury from the Will Price one, but Joe Cater did his Achilles again from
just running.
From what?
Yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad. And for Saints, they haven't got much cover in that area of the field either. So a long-term injury like this, I don't know if they're going to look and see if they can bring someone in, if they've got cap space, or if they're going to stick with using Roby in there or using Lussick in there. It's you know, hopefully for them, it doesn't make them less enjoyable to watch. but Lewis Dodd has been awesome, hasn't he?
Yeah, but for the rest of us, we hope it makes them more enjoyable to watch. We just want them to lose, don't we?
Yeah, they're not gonna. They're too good. Right, do you know what? We're going to have a quick breather, I think, and then we'll talk about the other games. So see you back in a sec. Time for round 9 then, Scoots. The first game of which was the first televised game on Easter Monday. It was Castleford versus Leeds. It was 8-6 to Cass at half-time, and it finished 16-14 to Cass. 9,372 was the crowd. Liam Moore was the referee. Big news on the stats, Sarah. Huge news on the stats. Bodine Thompson's stats now exist.
Oh my word! How have you done that, Mark?
Well, maybe they've got fed up of me sending them tweets after every time he plays saying, "Why doesn't Bodine Thompson exist at Opta at Super League?"
Yeah, I'm impressed.
They've even backfilled his previous games, so
Really?
yeah, he exists. He definitely exists now. But in terms of the actual game, Bodine Thompson aside, because his weren't impressive.
I was to say, but he hasn't featured.
No, stats were a bit up and down in this game. Attack was a problem for both sides really, with Leeds only making one break and Cass winning that count 5-1. But then Cass making 8 more errors than Leeds did, that count being 14-6. So not ideal for either side. Leeds made more meters, but Cass made them a better average gain. An area where Cass were significantly better, though, was tackle success rate, 8.2% better, with Leeds falling below 87%. I probably need to check that those were right that I put into the spreadsheet, because that's bad.
Yeah.
Do you have the individuals on this one? I can't remember which of these games you do and don't.
Yes, I have got the individuals for this one.
Good stuff.
Daryl Alferts with 1 try, 5 tackle busts and 170 metres. Liam Watts with 1 try, 6 tackle busts, 143 metres. Mahir Fanua with 10 tackle busts. He's making a lot of tackle busts, 142 metres. Paul McShane with 2 try assists, 47 tackles. In terms of the losing team, Leeds, Ash Hanley with 1 try assist, 152 metres. Tom Briscoe with 148 metres. Mikolaj Letsky with 121 metres. Jared O'Connor, 48 tackles and 109 metres.
Yeah, first fan view, Pop the Viking. Cass had just had that little bit more than Leeds. The sim bin in and subsequent 2 points proving costly for Leeds. Yeah, talking of fucking idiots. James Bentley.
Yes.
Grade B high tackle, reckless high tackle, 2-match penalty charge. Basically, he wasn't happy that he got fended off in his face, so threw an elbow at a totally different player who wasn't involved in fending him off in his face, but decided to throw an elbow at someone's face.
I know, eh?
Yeah, absolutely unhinged.
Yeah, and Fatboy Rob said, standard win against standard shite. We looked like we were going to run away with it in the first 20 minutes, but some sloppy defence and some Liam Moore magic let the easy beats back into it. We were awful in the second half with more drops than Simon playing golf, but luckily we would struggle to score in a brothel. Easy win in the end. Don't let the close score deceive you. Hashtag Radford in.
It's a good job the Simon gag was the golf one and not the brothel one, eh? We had Dr. Bob Phillips got in touch as well. He said it was almost a win. Yes, we had very few attacking ideas. Yes, we were mainly playing with 6 formers. Yes, we were very lucky Cass stuffed up. But there wasn't a defeated air. It was a sense of maybe we just need to clone Aledzki, improve his passing, get a couple of halfbacks and some inventive set closing, and we'll be winners again.
Definitely, Bob. Definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, that Max Simpson definitely wasn't big enough to be playing in the centre in Super League against Mahir Fanua. That's a fact. Poor kid. He stuck to his task. You know, he definitely worked hard. And Sinfield, how young is young Sinfield?
Yeah, really young.
So, one thing, I watched this game back after I got back from the Wigan game, but I wasn't giving it full attention because I was also putting together the rest of this show for us to talk about. So I totally missed the tackle where Austin got his HIA, because the last thing I saw was Austin putting a kick through into the in goal and not quite being right, and then I noticed he wasn't on the pitch at all. So he's failed his HIA. That means he's going to miss next week, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's I didn't see the incident, but I did see the result of it. His head.
And I'm struggling for what to say on this game because